the Kolkata Knight Riders. Now let's move to Viven's team, Punjab Kings. Now, Viven,
My new
Punjab
team.
has
Yeah.
had, yeah, they've had a disappointing season. I think they underperformed. They could have done better. Um, do you think, obviously, Shah Rukh Khan came back last game, and I think definitely he'll be in the plans for their future. But personally, I don't see the top order of Mayank, uh, Dhawan, and Bairstow being sustainable. I think they all are best as an opener, and
Openers.
I think even moving one of them out of position just messes the whole thing up. You're not using your talent to full ability. So I want to ask you the question that similarly I asked with Williamson. Do you think one of them will be released, and do you think one of them should be released?
Yeah, that's like the biggest problem I would say. They have three openers, but the thing is, out of them, two are performing pretty well. Bairstow has been performing well when he came in. Obviously, he didn't play for the whole season. He came in, he played really well. And you've had Shikhar Dhawan, who's performed fairly consistently this season, getting them some good runs. The only player who didn't perform at the top really was Mayank Agarwal. And the thing is, you've made him your captain, so you're not going to release him. So I don't think they're gonna do that. I don't think they're gonna make him captain and release him. But that gives you a hard position. It's a really unfortunate thing because the only non-performing opener, the one who would be worst opening out of the three based on performances right now is the one you've put the most faith in with the captaincy role. So I don't think they'll release something. I think they'll release anyone. I don't think they should. I think they'll continue to play one of them out of position. I think they'll probably try to play Mayank in the middle order more and keep Bairstow and Dhawan opening because that's worked so far. And their batting has been like fairly good, right? In their last match, their batting was quite solid. You obviously have Bairstow and Livingston. Bairstow and Dhawan at the top, and then you have Livingston to come in and absolutely wreak havoc. So the only problem is Mayank right now because you put too much faith in him and he's not performing, so you have to play him out of position. So, uh, yeah, it's tough, but I wouldn't think they're gonna release anyone. It wouldn't make any sense to just keep playing Mayank or someone out of position.
I agree with Vivian on this, and because not to waste time, I'm just going to move on. So I think Punjab Kings had a good season. I know they haven't qualified and they're nowhere near the top four, but to me, they've had a good season because they've picked up youngsters. They've got Ashdeep playing an entire season, performing the entire season. They've got Jitesh Sharma. They've got Bhanuka Rajapaksa. They've got Shah Rukh Khan too. They've got Liam Livingston. They've got Vaibhav Arora. They've got a good side according to me. And I think next year they can be a championship running side. For me, the most underrated player of this IPL was Shikhar Dhawan. I don't think his runs gained enough attention because of what Liam Livingston was doing at the other end, or what Bhanuka Rajapaksa was doing. Dhawan is again one of those players you call a bank, and he's been really good. Johnny Bairstow, he wasn't there at the start, but he came back towards the end. He faced a few games where he didn't get form, and that let them down, and that led to losses. But when Bairstow was in form, Punjab was winning. We saw the last game at Sunrisers Hyderabad. That was a good bowling lineup, and they absolutely sent them. Um, Other than that, Mayank, it's again, you went to look for the captain in Mayank and you lost the batsman in him. So that's another thing that they need to wonder about. A lot of people, a lot of captains across the IPL, all the with 10 teams, you have 10 captains, right? And the people who have been put new into captaincy have just lost their mojo. Ravindra Jadeja, Rishabh Pant, Mayank Agarwal, all these three have had poor seasons because not main. I would actually say yeah, because of their boosted captaincy role. Other than that, Punjab have a really good side. I think they can go for it next year. Rahul Chahar needs to boost up his performances, and the important thing is India is a country of spinners. You can just kick Rahul Chahar out, get someone as good as him. Someone will make a difference to you. So I think good season for Punjab, and I think hats off to Anil Kumble for making this side what it is because in the last two seasons they were completely they were like a disheveled team, right? Because they couldn't do anything. They had only Mayank, KL, and then they had a big black hole in the middle, right? So Kumble has finally delivered on what he promised to do. Um, and dropping Mayank as captain, my suggestion is uh, do it. Just remove him from captaincy,
Yeah,
make Dhawan captain, make Rabada captain. I don't care who you want to make captain, just don't make Mayank captain.
yeah, and
Um,
on
no,
that.
once again,
Okay,
it's
yeah, go ahead.
not about his bad captaincy skills. He's been a fabulous captain, but just that's affected his batting. I think his bowling changes were wonderful.
Yeah, one thing
Yeah.
I was gonna
Um,
say about.
um,
Yeah,
why
go
are you
ahead.
suddenly flipping for Anil Kumble? You've been pretty vocal against him
This
on the
entire
show.
season. Yeah, did something
Yeah, yeah.
happen in
Yeah,
like, yeah,
sure.
did something happen like more
See, no,
recently, if on a
nothing happened.
personal note?
It's not like that. It's a pretty simple explanation, right? If you see his debacle versus Kohli in 2017, if you see the last two seasons in Punjab's auctions, they've been absolutely terrible, right? It's been some of the it's a terrible job done. But if you see this season, I actually believe he's done a good job because of the results you've gotten, the auction planning there is, right? And how you've used your players.
So
If there's one complaint I have against the Punjab management, that complaint is they dropped Odion Smith too late. That's the only complaint
too
I
late,
have.
yeah.
And
Yeah, yeah.
if
To
that's
be
the
fair,
So this is
no,
so this has nothing to do with, I don't, someone joining.
shut up. Okay. Um.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. But to be fair, yeah, you and I agree with Om. This season, Kumble and the whole SRH, I mean Punjab management and team did a good job in assembling their team. I think they did a pretty solid job, and you can't even blame most of the problems on Anil Kumble this time. I think it's mainly been underperformance by the team. But a good bright spot for them was Liam Livingston. I mean, for like a year, a lot of people on social media said he couldn't do it in the IPL, but he's done it in the IPL. He's been arguably one of the MVP contenders.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Yeah. Okay, we can finish off with Punjab.
Okay, yeah.